So I'm up here in high level with Bert and Leslie Croy, trappers, longtime trappers, and let him tell us a bit of a story there. Bert, tell us some of your memorable stuff in your trapping adventures.
When did you first start trapping? Up here.
Right after your dad passed away.
Yeah.
So,
You would probably know when you first come up into the country, sort of thing, eh?
I came up in 1962 and put my homestead up, and then
Shortly after that, he went
shortly
out to
after that I
trapping.
started trapping there.
Yeah.
Before that I trapped in the mountains.
Which mountains?
On the Brazos River, Brown Creek and the Brazos River.
West of Rocky Mountain, I'll say.
Yeah, northwestern Nordic.
Okay. So you've been up on this line for a long time. What's some of your most memorable adventures out on the line?
I don't know for sure.
Probably the long nights. He used to say about the long nights, after dropping, and you sit there and you're all alone by yourself, eh? So
By campfire, lots of times the stars were your roof.
So
Because you had no cabin or anything, a lot of times just your blankets. And the nights were the worst because they were very long. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I
and the
wouldn't have
first
been doing it unless I loved it, out there in the bush.
and the first cabin you had the old tractor, John Deere tractor or whatever. Didn't you have to go to the cabin with the old?
On this line,
Yeah,
the first ones I built in the mountains,
yeah.
there was all footwork there.
Yeah.
It was too steep and it was all footwork in the mountains.
Before you had the skidoos, you had the old tractor that you went out to
Yeah,
here.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all footwork here even when I first started.
yeah.
Then I got an old snow cruiser to start with. And then after that I had Eland and then Bravos and I don't know how many of them I had.
So how old are you now there, Bert?
91,
91?
yeah.
And the fur we just kind of panned, there's stuff you and Leslie caught this year, and you're out there each check and
Yeah, you betcha. Catching
Yeah.
the beaver and the skinning of the beaver and everything else, eh? It's all done.
Well,
At his age, sort of thing, eh?
yeah.
I like working on fur.
Yeah. Done it all his life, so,
Yeah, every year it's always a pleasure coming out here and hearing the stories and about past prices and different adventures. What's the most muskrats you caught in a year?
I caught 5,800 was my best muskrat year.
And you said you wouldn't want to do that again?
No, I would never want to do that.
That's too much work.
Yes, and it wasn't only me that did the work, it was my wife and my children all had to work to take care of that many muskrats.
Yeah.
And Belcourts came every week to buy. Wilfred Belcourt was the fur buyer, and he came once a week to buy the fur.
was he coming out of Edmonton or Peace River?
Well, he'd come up in this country, but he'd come out to the farm here to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was in Edmonton, did he not?
Edmonton, oh,
So
yeah.
he could travel all the way from
Yeah.
Edmonton to buy fur all the way down here.
Yeah.
But there was lots of trappers, and so he was able to come once a week to buy.
Made it worthwhile. Same with Brian. He used to come up once a month or something like that for the whole winter.
well,
And
Brian afterwards, we sold to quite a few different fur buyers after old Wilfred passed away. He passed away at Port Chip buying fur.
Oh, yeah.
So he helped us even buy the trap line.
Yeah.
So we sold all of our fur to him.
right.
That's Wilfred Belcourt.
Belcourt,
Yeah,
that's Wilfred
that's the
Belcourt, the old man.
Okay.
So he was a great old fur buyer.
So for how many beavers was your peak beaver year?
505 was my best year on beaver. Yeah.
And you did that for a number of years, around that 500 or something?
No,
No?
no, about 300, 350.
That's
But
on
about
average.
105 was my best year. No, but yeah, around 300, that's a lot of beaver to
Yeah,
take care of.
that's a lot of work for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
And the
beaver.
wife would be in the shop here every day doing beaver, eh?
Yeah. And most of that was under the ice too? Or,
Well, the wife was, yeah, her dad was a trapper. That's how come I met her.
Yeah.
His trap line was up against mine. And,
But that 500 and some, you would have been including your springtime trapping too, eh?
oh, yes.
Yeah, because he did the spring and the through the ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's all,
combined. So
and through the years, you've got Fisher, lots of Wolverine, lots of lynx.
that's right, yeah.
Any stories with a Wolverine that would stick out in your mind?
Not on the trap line much, but when we commercial fished, yeah, they would take our fish all the time.
Stealing
We
the
had
fish
lots of
from
problems.
Oh yeah, so they come out on the ice and grab your fish as you're,
Well,
or on the shore?
when we were up there, the wife would put in her domestic license and shovel the place off on the snow on the ice to freeze them, eh? Well, we would come at night and take them on.
Oh,
and you could get a bad ones on the trap line too. Where they would
Oh, they took
Wreck
the
your
hurricanes.
sets.
Oh, yeah, we had these Lego traps and they were very bad. We had,
they would
Right.
follow your line and take whatever you or
for all of your traps.
yeah.
And they got smart. They knew that you got traps there. They'd go around behind and come to get you first. So you'd be setting traps even behind.
To try to catch that,
Yeah,
that
try to-
troublemaker sort of.
trying to outsmart the smart ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Over the years, yeah, I lost lots of fur in my life from
Oh, yeah.
Wolverine and even Fisher did sometimes.
Yeah.
What word of advice do you have to new trappers from your experience?
You better enjoy it. Eh?
Better enjoy and be very careful.
Yeah.
Very careful because there's not very much forgiving out there.
Yeah.
You know, the smartest survive, and the ones that are not too smart don't make it.
You make a mistake, eh? Out there in the bush, you could be your last mistake.
Yeah.
How many square miles is your trap line?
6 townships?
Yeah,
So 6 townships is it, eh? So
So 5 townships, 180 square miles. So
something like that. I
So
think
over
they're
that.
starting to take some off from farming and stuff like that. So
yeah.
and we've lost 3/4 of it to the fire about 5 years ago, eh? So it's starting to come back, eh? But we had some big fires, eh? And it took your old cabin, burnt the old cabin, eh?
the real cabin, yeah.
Yeah, it's burnt, eh? So during the fire.
But we were very fortunate. The forestry saved
Saved the one cabin. We
Yeah,
put-
one cabin there.
Put a guard
special-
around it
big
for us.
guards
Yeah.
around it and everything. We were very lucky that or else it would have burned. It burned all the way around the guard that they put.
Yeah,
But they saved the cabin, so
that's good.
cabin in the shed and skidoo in
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So that cabin, was it marked? Did you have it registered with the Fish and Wildlife or lands? They just knew it was there?
And we got to put we did have written it on it that it was Bert's cabin and the trapping cabin,
Right.
but it's not
But
marked.
they knew that was my cabin,
Right.
even though
But it's not registered.
Oh, yeah.
No.
and I had metal roof, metal on the sides and everything, and then I had a shed right beside with skidoo in the shed and equipment. So they knew it was mine, and they went out of their way to save it. There was no doubt that they
Yeah.
I was very lucky.
That's good. Really good to hear. Other highlights, what's your peak lynx catch? Do you remember that?
Did you get 30 or so lynx in a year?
80 was my best.
80 lynx.
Was my best, but that was years ago when the rabbits social said, what was that, in 1972?
Oh, okay.
About that, I think. There was link everywhere.
Yeah.
And I got 80 that year. That was, I had an old snow cruiser, and I would have to work on that clutch every trip. I'd go back. I didn't go all over the line, just the 2 lakes to catch that many.
Come back with a sleigh load.
Yeah, well, you'd be catching them, you'd go and set the traps, and the same day, coming back, you'd be catching link.
Yeah.
There was that many link.
Yeah.
But then next year or two, the rabbits are gone, the link were gone.
Yeah.
But the link followed the rabbits, see?
Yeah. The rabbit cycle. And right now the rabbit cycle's low up here, right?
Very
Yeah.
low, yeah.
And then the water level's low, so there's not as many muskrats and beavers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, way down.
And you're planning to go out here later on and maybe go after some muskrat?
Yeah, a few muskrats, yeah. Just for something to do.
Something to do. Otherwise you get bored.
I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Bored and he has to go cut wood.
Yeah. That's kind of the standing joke today. He keeps cutting wood and cording it and he's got
Cutting
wood
it
for
the
years.
young fella, say so.
Keeps him active and going.
Yeah.
How about you, Leslie? Any stories or words of advice?
No, I don't have. Enjoy yourself. That's the biggest thing. If you're going to go out there and trapping, because there's no real money in trapping, you better enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the fresh air that you get, and the clearing of the lines, that keeps people active. That's why Bert is still active as he is, because he's out there running the power saw and keeping active. Eh? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it always impresses me every time I come here. It's probably been 3-4 years. First year I came out with Brian, and then after that it's coming out by myself. But how much fur you guys catch every year, and active Bert is. And I pull into the yard and I notice another big pile of split wood.
Yeah.
and and whatnot, and lots of fur and nicely handled stuff. And
Not very much fur on what it used to be.
Yeah, but
It's going up a lot. But it used to be, oh yeah, the fur was unreal.
do you find the more you trap, the bigger, the healthier the populations are, or is it like if you target a certain animal, do they get a little bit healthier and not as sick?
Well, had big fires that burnt most of the line. That really reduced it. Now all the trails are, now all the burnt trees are falling over the trails. And we can't get over the line the way that we used to at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think run in kind of cycles, eh? As the rabbit populations falls, different things will fall behind it. Like this year we only got 2 lynx, eh? So, and it's down because the rabbit population is down, eh? So, and other animals, there'll be more of other animals that way.
Yeah, the time that I caught that 5,800 muskrats, then when they died out from the disease, left all the mink, there was hundreds of mink.
The next year after the
And I
muskrats.
caught around 180 mink that year after the muskrats
Okay.
died down. The next year I caught 180 mink.
Huh.
So
Once one species drops off, like the muskrats, then the mink population's so high, they become vulnerable, right?
They're
you catch
hungry,
one,
they
the
need
other
to
try to eat
yeah.
it. They were even eating each other. Eh? You catch one and the other ones would try to eat it. They were that hungry
Yeah.
because they lost all their food and the muskrats all died.
And kind of like the lynx, when you were saying earlier in the 70s when you caught 80 lynx, there was so much rabbits and they crashed, and then there's lynx everywhere.
Yeah, everything goes in cycles.
Yeah.
And even now the beaver, the disease is wiping the beaver out. The population is way down on the beaver. So.
The water level is down, so it's all affecting them. Eh?
Well, yeah, and also the otter population will be going down now too because
Yeah.
the beaver are down, and they go by beaver dams and stuff.
What do you think about the marten and fisher populations? Are they holding or going up or down?
Well, the marten dropped off a few years ago, and I think they're slowly starting to come
Coming
back
back
a little now.
a little bit more this year than last year, eh? For the
Fish
marten.
are holding, but that's all. They are not gaining because of the rabbit population. Because they'll pretty well go with the rabbits.
They don't have the food source, eh? So yeah.
And I see you got 2 wolverines here. You're saying you're seeing a lot more wolverine sign on your trap line this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more. There's an increase in the wolverines now. Whether it's because of
Fires or what it
or
is.
maybe not so many people trapping it.
Yeah. But definitely you've seen a peak on your trap line this year
Yeah.
compared to the others.
A lot of like that's way back in on Cairn Mountains and stuff. People are not going back in there much trapping anymore because not enough money and everything.
Yeah.
So the population can build up and come down,
So we're probably going to wrap this up there. Is there any other things you wanted to share with anybody before we do?
You know, enjoy yourself. That's all.
That's about all, yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Or
Enjoy
if you
yourself.
enjoy it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, be passionate about it, and get out there and get fresh air
You bet.
and some exercise.
You bet.
Yeah. I figure on trapping until, well, I don't know.
You can't go anymore.
That's
So
right,
he
yeah.
seizes up.
Another 10 or 20 years.
He's got a few more years,
Yeah.
he figures in it.
Yeah, that's right on. All right, well, we're going to see you guys next time.
Okay.
you.
Take care.
Next-
Bye.
well,
Next year.
next year.
Next year, yeah. Or in the spring,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Muskrat.
Yeah. You
But
bet.
we can even,
Put him in a deep freeze if you have to. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, see ya.